What time is it? It is currently 9:03 p.m. I am James. You are you. We are here for the Canadian Thanksgiving episode of At Home with James. Why am I taking so many pauses? Well, tonight is a special episode. It's a crucial episode in the history of this internet program because, as you and I and many fans of this show, admirers of this show, so on and so forth, recognize and know, we like a nice special occasion around these parts. What are these? Well, of course, we are on Twitch, coming fresh out of a data breach. We're back. We're celebrating. And I'm glad to see you. It is episode 298 of the show that will not go away. And this is episode 1 of this very special week of programming. So why tease this? A lot of times I promote these kind of programming announcements. Why don't we get right into the nitty-gritty of things now? Tonight, as mentioned, Canadian Thanksgiving again, 2021 edition. This coming Wednesday, it is another Dave Kaufman takeover. We haven't done one of these in a long time. People have been asking, James, when's there going to be another Dave Kaufman takeover? And I say it very, very clearly and very honestly. Well, when there's an important hockey game that I really want to watch, and that hockey game takes place this coming Wednesday when the Toronto Maple Leafs take on Vos Canadiens live on television, and I will be watching on television, but keeping a very, very close eye on what Dave does. And then, of course, this Friday, it is episode 300 of this program. 300. I almost can't say the number without breaking out into laughter, because the higher the episode count gets, the more I find it humorous. Because here's the thing. Life right now is about as good as it has been since prior to COVID. Think about it. We can go out, we can enjoy restaurants, we can have company over. You can go to see somebody else at their home, maybe for romantic reasons or otherwise. We can go see shows. Some of us can enjoy sporting events. But here's the thing, the show, it's not going away. I don't know what the future of this damn thing holds, but I know that it's not going away. So we celebrate that this coming Friday. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Tonight is a very specific celebration. We are celebrating something that I have very little experience in celebrating, and that is Canadian Thanksgiving. I have a very vivid recollection of celebrating Thanksgiving maybe 25 years ago, but I'm not even sure if it was on purpose. About a decade ago, my friend and friend of the show, Big Daddy Lou, invited me over to eat turkey. It was fine. Turkey's not one of my favorite things, but I enjoyed a Thanksgiving dinner over the weekend, and I will be welcoming Saima Ahmed to help recap. Is that a good way to explain what we're going to do tonight? Well, in any event, that's what's going to be happening. Also joining us is Andy Asap. He's going to be talking to us, as everyone else will be, about what he's thankful for on this Canadian Thanksgiving. In just a couple moments, we're going to welcome Thomas Barnwell to the show, a man who can't stop making turkey dinners. It is his time of the year. Now, in the chat, right here, right now, Real Sid Rock, is it me or is this stream really choppy? It's not just you. This is, now you want to talk about special episodes? Sorry, my ear's itchy. This is another edition of Lo-Fi at Home with James. It says it right in the title, quote, it's Canadian Thanksgiving, Lo-Fi. We are working on a very low buffer rate. And then we've got a nice funny comment here from Jamie25, quote, 25 years ago, when the video quality was typical for an online stream. See, people say I don't engage with the chat. I've been engaging since day one. But right now I want to engage with my first guest. He is a native of those United States of America, and he is among us as a Canadian now, celebrating one of two Thanksgivings, and it happened over the weekend. Let's welcome him live and in living color. It's the one, and it's the only, it's the charming, it's the daring Thomas Barnwell. Thomas, welcome back to the show. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, James.
Now, I noticed that you went with the traditional Happy Thanksgiving. I like to distinguish the two. As we've discussed in the past, I don't really rate Canadian Thanksgiving. As a Canadian, when I think Thanksgiving, I think of the Dallas Cowboys, and I think of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I think of USA. So that's why I really distinguish it's Canadian Thanksgiving, and I don't even call the other one American Thanksgiving. I call that one Thanksgiving. It feels like the real one. Now, Thomas, you're an American. How do you feel about all of that diatribe I just let out on this show?
Well, as a resident of this great country that accepted me reluctantly, I have to say that I'm a little surprised because we're here now. Yeah. We might as well just say
and you know what? Maybe it has to do with the fact that I never really grew up celebrating Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I've ever really enjoyed it for was a day off from school when I was a youngster, or a day off from work when I held a job like a normal person would have. So that was my only really big relationship to Thanksgiving, otherwise known as Canadian Thanksgiving. But Thomas, let's talk about the real reason why you're here. Last year, on this day last year, you let me know that you make a turkey dinner on Canadian Thanksgiving, and then American Thanksgiving, which is next month, and then on Christmas, which is the month after. Now, a Thanksgiving dinner is what people, I think, would put together as a special occasion dinner. You go back to back to back. Now, the question is, did you make turkey over the weekend?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yesterday, I made the full turkey dinner.
All right. Now, would you like to tell me what was part of the side dishes?
The usual: mashed potatoes, roasted sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, parsnips.
Okay.
People love parsnips in this house, so.
Look, I enjoy a parsnip as much as the next person. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a Thanksgiving dinner without dessert. What did you enjoy for dessert, Thomas?
We had sort of like an apple crumble type thing, but
sounds great,
with vanilla ice cream, which is very good.
I love it.
Out of the oven.
Now, is the apple crumble traditional for your Thanksgiving dessert?
Not usually. My wife introduced it to spice things up, and we went crazy with that. And we had some pumpkin pie, of course. So.
Okay, now let's jump forward to American Thanksgiving next month. You're going to make a turkey again. You specifically cook the turkey.
I do, yeah.
Okay, now will the sides differ next month from this? Because this is where things can change a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's really the only thing that can change. So, yeah, they could change. They could change drastically. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about that.
Okay. Now let's read. Last year, was it 2 months in a row of the same side dishes?
Pretty close. Yeah, basically, you got to have the mashed potatoes. So, it's like when musicians give a concert. Do they play their greatest hits, or do they do something experimental? So people love the mashed potatoes. They love the sweet potatoes. So.
Right. Okay. Now, see, that made sense to me, right? Your Thanksgiving dinner is kind of like going to see an Aerosmith concert.
Yeah.
You want Dream On. You want Back in the Saddle Again. They're gonna give you a Walk This Way.
Yeah.
And what you're looking to is maybe avoid the King Crimson of Thanksgiving dinners, where things get a little feisty.
Right. It's the Aerosmith, and I wear lots of scarves and rings and jewelry.
Now we're going to go on a classic at-home detour here on the topic. Halloween is coming up. Would you consider appearing on the show dressed as Steven Tyler of Aerosmith?
I would do that.
All right, so oh, it's confirmed. Thomas will be back in a couple of weeks because Thanksgiving is only about 2 weeks away. Dressed as, you can go to one of those like awful Halloween stores and look at all the wigs where they doesn't really say who they're patterned after. It'll just say 80s rocker hair.
Right, 80s rock, yeah.
All right, so now let's really get into this here.
Okay.
The turkey dinner you cook at Christmas, will that change at all? Or the great, you're giving us Aerosmith. There's a difference with Christmas, right? I think Thanksgiving, you could make the argument, well, it shouldn't really change between October and November, but Christmas, you ever think about doing like a roast beef or a ham, or maybe doing something with scalloped potatoes and some corn?
Corn, wow. Okay.
This is, you know, what's great about this is just, this is the second year in a row where you've been so kind to come on here while I just pick apart what I find interesting about someone eating the same dinner essentially over 30 days apart.
Yeah, it's like you could set your watch by it for the last quarter of the year. I'm eating a turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you buy all the turkeys at once?
No, James, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
That's a rookie mistake. Nobody does that.
All right, now I wanted, because of course you don't want to have the same conversation we had last year, right? Frankly, I asked you this days ago when we were sharing a green room with each other. I was like, hey, you make another turkey this weekend? You said yes, but I wanted to think about things a little bit, right? Would you say that it's fair to say that Canadian Thanksgiving does not come with the same type of pomp and circumstances and pageantry as the American counterpart?
Yeah, I agree. Only because it's I mean, technically it's today, right? It's a Monday. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You can't overindulge and, you know.
Yeah. Now that's a good point. And it got me thinking about what if Canada tried its hand at some of the pageantry that you see with the American Thanksgiving. And of course, and I mentioned this earlier, I circled back to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And I was thinking, what if there was the Canadian version called the Hudson Bay Company Thanksgiving Day Parade?
That's interesting. I don't know.
Right?
I mean, there's so many retailers that could join in on that.
Right, because I was thinking, and I'm going to tell you something. I thought about this while taking a shower earlier. The original idea was the Eaton's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I thought, well, the Hudson Bay Company, I think, is a little classier, and it kind of falls in line with Macy's, right?
Exactly.
And you don't want the Holt Renfrew Canadian Thanksgiving Day Parade.
No. Or the Simons.
You don't want this. No, I think the Hudson Bay Company Thanksgiving Day Parade. Now, a lot of times they have musical performances, very, very poorly done, very obviously lip synced at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Now, what if we were to think about some of the great Canadian legends that would be performing at the Hudson Bay Company Thanksgiving Day Parade? Now, Thomas, I would like to go artist to artist back and forth. We can go dead or alive. And that's why I think that there's no better artist to represent Canada at the Hudson Bay Company Thanksgiving Day Parade than Rita McNeil.
Wow. Interesting. I would have said Gordon Lightfoot, but
he was on my short list. So we've got Rita McNeil.
Yeah.
We've got Gordon Lightfoot. Now I'm coming in with my number 2 here, Anne Murray.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to go with Ashley McIsaac, but
I don't know if I can top that. Now, when you think Canadiana, and of course, we're putting together, this is a very flat event, right? You've got Rita McNeil, Gordon Lightfoot, and there's no disrespect to Mr. Lightfoot, Anne Murray, and Ashley McIsaac. This sounds awful. Right? It sounds, because I'm thinking, well, a lot of the Macy's one, they've got some kind of youthful performances. Is there a youthful artist that we could fit in there that is kind of in that same realm of the McIsaacs, of the Lightfoots, the Murrays?
You know, I don't know a young up and coming Canadian artists. I don't know.
Because someone might say, oh, what about Drake? Well, he's too
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
He's too good for this, though,
Yeah,
right? It would
yeah.
be, we'd be really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Michael Bublé.
Now, Michael Bublé, I think, is a lock for the Hudson Bay Company Canadian Thanksgiving Day Parade. That is exactly what we're looking for. You and I are basically artistic directing
Okay.
this event. I feel like there's also maybe some type of performance with a bunch of little kids.
Yeah. Okay, I see that.
And maybe some type of really poorly done float where you have a bunch of little kids dressed in Montreal Canadiens jerseys and Toronto Maple Leafs jerseys, almost reenacting the hockey sweater.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Or La Guerre des Tucs.
Oh, see, this is now we're getting there. Now, I'd also like to throw this one in there because you need some celebrities. What about that guy that appears in all of those A&W commercials? Like the Canadian A&W commercials where he goes and hands people the hamburgers that have no GMOs in them, or he's handing them like the plant-based Beyond Burger. I feel like we need some Canadian actors in this, and that's why I'm also going to add, again, some of them are no longer with us, the original cast of the Royal Canadian Air Farce.
Okay, yeah. Or this, what is it? This hour has 22 minutes.
Oh, yeah. So basically the cast of all the worst Canadian comedy shows of all time.
Yeah. By the way, this parade isn't going to end at my house with people expecting turkey, is it?
Oh, see, now I think this is, if this parade could go all the way from Toronto to your home in Montreal, now we've got basically a week-long event.
Okay, I thought we were doing it here in Montreal, so okay.
Well, look, I like the idea of keeping it local too, and of course, if we do that, we need some French artists.
Yeah, well, Céline, of course.
Yeah, we would need Charlebois would be there.
Oh, yeah.
He would be there.
Julie Masse.
Look, Thomas, I think we've got a money idea here.
And we need somebody, some ambassador of Thanksgiving, to be handing out drumsticks along the route.
The ambassador of Thanksgiving. Well, I think when it comes to drumsticks and being the ambassador of Thanksgiving, I think we look no further than Andy Asaf, who is on this show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, hey, look, it's Rita McNeil and it's the cast of Royal Canadian Air Force. Wait, who's that guy giving out drumsticks? Oh, you don't know? He does improv.
Or Neil Peart, right?
Yeah, Neil Peart. Yeah, we bring Neil Peart,
dead,
also
right.
No longer with us. There's a whole section of deceased Canadian celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a fantastic idea that, let's face it, you and I are probably never going to get off the ground. But I think in theory, it's the Hudson Bay Canadian Thanksgiving Parade.
I like it.
Now,
we need some balloons.
Okay, so we need some floats that really depict Canadiana. So I think there was that really crappy Canadian cartoon from the 80s and the 90s, the raccoons. I feel like they would be going by on the float. Yeah, maybe just for laughs, Victor. I think that could be a float.
Johnny Canuck.
Yeah, Johnny Canuck. Yeah. Maybe Bonhomme Carnival.
Bonhomme. Oh, yeah, okay.
And I see that. This is the thing. With the Macy's one, there's Santa Claus, but you can't have Santa Claus in a parade in October.
That's it. That's why the US one is so much more commercial, right?
Yeah, they're able to, because it's so far at the tail end of the month in November, because people have already begun. See, this is what's great about American Thanksgiving. You've already begun Christmas, and then it's like, you know what? Let's put Christmas on pause. A couple days. We're going to get together. We're going to have our first turkey dinner.
Right.
And the next one's coming in less than a month.
Right. And this one you get to work out a little bit. You're exercising the system.
Yeah. So, then you go from Christmas into Thanksgiving back into Christmas. But I guess one could argue that you go with the Canadian one, you go Halloween into Thanksgiving into Halloween. I don't know if it has the same type of cachet. We talked about Halloween earlier, Thomas. We talked about you're going to be returning to the show dressed as Steven Tyler, frontman of Aerosmith. Yep. Now, Thomas, would you say you're a Halloween fan?
No, I was never a Halloween fan.
This is why you and me get along. I've said it from day one. You and I think have a lot of the same sensibility. I'm not a fan. I'm trying back here. I'm trying. Got a bit of decor going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe tonight you and me need to make a co-pledge, because I've done the singular pledge, but this year I'm going to really give it a shot. I believe I'm going to go see a scary movie this upcoming weekend.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that's going to be my pledge. I'm going to watch a scary movie. Thomas, outside of dressing as Steven Tyler, what type of Halloween pledge would you like to make on this holy night of Canadian Thanksgiving?
Oh man. Okay. I guess I'll just try to be more personable to the kids who show up at my door at 10 o'clock.
Okay. So you're saying you got some youngsters that show up that late into the Halloween night?
Yeah.
Are they a little too old to be trick-or-treating?
Well, the older I get, they're all older, too old to be doing this.
Like, you know what? Like, what would you say is the cutoff of, like, you're a little bit too old to be, you want to go at a reasonable hour. I can go upwards of maybe, let's say, 16 years old.
Oh, okay.
After 10 o'clock, I think that's a little old to be going to a house.
Yeah, I think if you're trick-or-treating and you're 16, there's something wrong. So I think maybe 12 or 13 is the cutoff.
You think 12 or 13 is the cutoff?
Yeah.
Now, this is a controversial take.
Yeah.
Thomas, when do you recall when you last went trick-or-treating? What was the age? Was it 12 or 13?
I distinctly remember I was 13, and I was a little bit older than my friends in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So they were probably 12 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt really embarrassed to be going.
Yeah.
So I stopped. I
Yeah.
dropped out. So.
And I think the reason why people drop out is at a certain point, collecting candy isn't interesting. I think that's what it is, because people still like dressing up. I think they like the spirit and the tone and the mood and energy of Halloween. But trick-or-treating is about little kids scavenging for candy. Now, I think if people gave out more adult things, like if the 16-year-olds were getting, porno magazines, money, cool, like maybe like big bags of chips, acne medication, something like that, then it would be like, this is another idea we've got here.
There you go.
Teen Halloween.
Teen Halloween. Well, I had to keep, this was probably in the 70s, and so I had to keep explaining who Steven Tyler was. He wasn't as big back then.
He wasn't as big back then. Not like not into the 80s Steven Tyler, when he got a little wacky.
Right.
So when Aerosmith got a little bit wackier. Then in the 90s, all their songs kind of sounded like, not like, dude looks like a lady. That's a novelty song, right?
Yeah.
That's a novelty song. Thomas, I got to say, I love how many bases we covered. I'm sure people saw you. They said Eric James is going to give this guy a hard time for making a dinner for his family. This guy can't stop laughing that he makes turkey. Not only did we talk turkey, we talked celebrities, we talked parades, we talked Halloween. I didn't expect for us to talk about Steven Tyler tonight, and here we are.
Yeah. The big three of humiliation.
The big three of humiliation. That's a whole episode unto itself. Thomas, we've done it again. You are a legend.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
I think you're legendary for cooking 3 turkeys 3 months in a row.
Yeah. The turkeys don't like me, but there you go.
Look, you know what? That makes 2 of us, Thomas. I have to thank you for being here, and I'm going to get you back in anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks' time to see you dressed as Steven Tyler on this show.
All right. I'll work on my voice too.
Oh, look, you're going to need to. Have a good rest of the night.
Thank you. I just want to say I'm grateful for At Home with James. That's my big.
I am grateful for you saying that. It's very kind of you to say. We're going to talk soon.
All right. Take care. Thanks.
Take care. That is Thomas Barnwell. He has cooked 1 of 3 turkeys that are coming in the next 3 months. I just told this guy, that's not my job to give you a hard time. He leaves. I immediately start giving him a hard time for cooking the turkeys. This is the thing. I don't have a connection to eating turkey. We had it at Christmas. I never liked it. I prefer chicken. And if you're making me pick between maybe turkey and a roast beef, I'll probably take the roast beef, right? Even a nice pork tenderloin. I like turkey. I love a good turkey. I'll probably take a turkey sandwich over a turkey dinner. Here's the thing about Thomas Barnwell. People are going to leave tonight. They're going to say, this guy comes on his show. He gives him nothing but kindness and warmth. And what do, James? You pick on him. You SOB, you MFer. I'm going to say this. I think it was American Thanksgiving last year. Thomas Barnwell, he came to my house. He dropped off turkey because he was so fed up of eating it. He was doing the rounds. He was giving out turkey to the less privileged. And I was part of that less privileged group. Now that I've composed myself, we are going to welcome our next guest. Earlier on, I mentioned that I had not celebrated Thanksgiving in about 10 years, up until this past Saturday, when I was invited to a vegan Thanksgiving, courtesy of our next guest, Saima Ahmed. Saima, happy Canadian Thanksgiving.
Hi, James. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Now, I also noticed you also just call it Thanksgiving.
What do you call it?
I call it Canadian Thanksgiving.
Well, we live in Canada.
Well, I was mentioning to Thomas off the top of the show that I associate Thanksgiving more to the American version because it feels a little bit more energetic and big. Our version feels more pathetic and underwhelming.
I agree with you. And actually, I have an American family, and they all say that Thanksgiving in America is bigger than Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think I envy it because it seems like a really cool day, because usually Thanksgiving is on Thursday, and then you have Black Friday the day after.
And
so
then you go right back into the holidays.
Yeah, well, like I like that. It's like it builds up towards Christmas, which is cool. The only thing I will say,
ours builds up to Remembrance Day.
Yeah, sure. But I would say, like, look at the weather we had this weekend, which is really perfect Thanksgiving weather. And you look at what the end of November would be for us, and it would be like a snowstorm probably. So it would be a lot less fun for us to do it.
But imagine this, right? You're sitting there with your auntie and your unkie and your Grammy and Grampy and your dada and your Meemaw, and everyone's watching them throw the pigskin around. Oh, those Cowboys! I can't believe they're going to lose this one. And then you look outside and you see the snow falling and you think, oh God, we got to get our coats on and go wait in line outside of Target. I got to beat someone over the head for an air fryer. And then you're waiting in line and the snow's falling and you hear Christmas music's playing. Oh, what a lovely scene.
I was going to say online shopping, James. You don't need to go to the store and wait in line.
Well, here's the thing. That's Cyber Monday. So again, the Americans, they get Thanksgiving, Black Friday, bit of Christmas, Cyber Monday, back to Christmas. I'm moving to America.
Good luck. Are you going to keep doing At Home with James?
Yeah, it's going to be the American edition.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm looking
the American edition of the show. Now, Saima, let's get into it. You had a vegan Thanksgiving. You invited me. So I want to start top to bottom. What inspired you to invite me? Because I think it's fair to say that's a pretty off the board invitation.
What? You're acting as if we've never spoken before.
Hold on now. Hold on. I say this. I'm going to give some preamble here. I don't believe that you and I have never enjoyed a meal together, just the two of us. I've never been to your home. You came to my home to take some pictures of something for some promotional imagery probably 5 years ago.
That's true.
We often find ourselves in group settings.
That's true.
I think that traditionally speaking,
no, we've gone many coffees together. I'm the person who introduced you to a matcha latte at Starbucks. That's true. The Tom and Man thought you were.
Whoa! Hold on here. Let's get specific.
Oh, we're getting sidetracked.
Let's go. Look, I like an IZ tour. I had the matcha latte prior, but I had the what I call the Christmas version, which features a dusting of peppermint sweetener. But you gave me the real deal matcha latte. It's true, we've had coffees, but is it fair to say while planning a Thanksgiving dinner, me being there would maybe be a bit of an unusual or off the board invitation, historically speaking?
Historically, I will also say that I've attended previous Friendsgiving dinners to which you were invited and you came at the end of the dinner. And I may have once hosted a Passover Seder, and I think you were invited, but you did not come.
Yeah, that's true. So I have declined many invitations over the years from a variety of events. a variety of events for a
That's true.
variety of
That's true.
reasons. Now,
I don't
it's
take
not-
it personally.
and here's the thing, it's not, I don't see the invite and go, no, F this, and then I kill the invite. Yeah, when I kill the invite, I imagine fart noises.
Of course.
It's often because I'm either doing something in terms of work or shows, but this year everything changed. Simon,
Yes.
you had a vegan Thanksgiving feast with Pat Gordo, who's been on the show a
Yes.
variety of times.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, often known for ridiculing my dietary tastes and habits. Now, Simon,
Not surprising.
but we're going to get to that. So
Yeah, we will.
I get invited to this. Now, this is a trio that has never functioned in this configuration before.
This is true. This might be a new trio because it's quite fun.
Yes.
I think what happened
I'm
was
a
that
fun guy. I think people look at me, they go, I can't invite this guy to things. This guy's a crusty cantankerous
you're so
codger.
defensive. No one was accusing you of not
You're
being
right,
fun.
but I just think we'll get into it. We'll get into it. You're correct. I digress. Simon, continue. I apologize.
So I think the way this started is because you, Pat, and I have wanted to get together for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat and I often get together. We live close to each other, and we'll do suppers at each other's places, and we'll do kind of vegan meals because I'm pescatarian, and Pat is not vegan, but he's allergic to bovine protein, which is like dairy. So he has like dietary restrictions, and so vegan just seems to work for both of us, and we both like cooking, and it's like fun to try new meals. So we've been doing this. We do this like at each other's places every week or so, and then we thought we'd invite you, and Thanksgiving was coming up. We hadn't planned on doing a Thanksgiving together. But we thought it'd be fun, and we invited you. And I think initially we weren't sure where it was going to be. Ended up being at my place. Happy to host. So this is the story of how you got invited to a vegan Thanksgiving supper. So do you want me to go through like what the meal was, I guess, for those at home?
Well, what I want to do is I want to jump in here because at this point I'm a little nervous because I know that I would like to bring something, but I don't know what type of restrictions I need to follow. You guys give me the cue. Let's get some cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Historically speaking, I've only ever eaten canned gelatin cranberry sauce. I'm thinking to myself, these two people, they dress nice. They're in good shape. They're attractive. People that want to be opening they got all their delicious food, and then I'm over there. Do you guys have a can opener? I'm cranking a can open, and then whoa, it just falls and splats on a plate.
This is funny because I was like preparing some food, and I realized I wouldn't have time to make cranberry sauce, so I wrote to you asking specifically, James, can you bring cranberry sauce? And I said store-bought is okay, and you responded saying, is there anything besides store-bought cranberry sauce? And I was like, I've never had store-bought before. But
see, this is where I'm the outlier in this situation. And I believe I told you I'm going to try to find something that isn't, quote, trash.
And you ended up buying a very nice cranberry sauce that was from the market, I believe.
Yeah, I walked across the street to the Atwater Market, and I saw a local merchant selling jars of cranberry sauce. And I thought, you know what? They also put me in charge of also bringing a dessert. I'm going to get a pie. I asked this young man, I said, what do I bring? He says, I'd go cherry. I said, you got it. I said,
you never told us what were the options when you went up to him.
I'll tell you what, I knew that someone was going to bring something pumpkin. So there was apple, there was blueberry, there was rhubarb. He specifically said, go with the cherry. I bought the cherry. I bring it home. I'm getting ready to leave, and I make a decision that up to this point, I'm not quite sure why I did this. It made no sense. It really hit me after the fact. I often bring my things in a messenger bag, which is like a mail carrier bag. I put the pie in sideways, thinking to myself, this is fine. I arrived to your place. I open my bag. My bag is, there is a pool of cherry sauce about an inch thick. The cherry pie has emptied into my bag. This is my introduction to coming to your home. Simon, do you have anything I can put in my bag?
And
It's
but
covered
no,
in
but
cherry pie.
the worst part is you were just gonna leave your bag there and not do anything about it. And then I was like,
Yes.
okay, let's put some like paper towels in here, let it absorb the cherry
Mhm.
while but you were just gonna leave your bag there.
I knew the damage had been done. Now, coming in from the chat right now, Mango Mongol, that's kind of funny. I'll tell you what wasn't funny. I was on my knees giving my messenger bag a bath when I got home.
Is it all right now?
It's in great shape.
Oh, there you go.
But this speaks to my inability to celebrate Thanksgiving, where I thought I'll put a pie in a bag sideways. And
I think
then as I left, I took the pie with me and I put it back in sideways.
Well, that was okay. Multiple things. It speaks to your inability to have bought dessert to a party ever. Second, the fact that you did it again. There's like the fool me once. Was it? Oh my God, what's the
Fool me
expression?
once,
Shame on
shame on
you.
Fool me
Twice.
shame on me.
Yeah, see, James.
Unless
shame on me for that.
you're George W. Bush, who butchered the whole thing.
I kind of butchered the
Remember
whole
that?
thing, but
Fool me once, shame
don't
on
get fooled again.
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on. You can't fool me twice.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So I transport the pie back and forth. Now, this is the thing. As I arrived, there was something that shocked me and left me dismayed. I'm looking at all the food. Simon, you pull out this giant bowl of salad. It looked great. It had kale, it had avocado, it had pumpkin seeds. I think it had some pomegranate in there. And you said to me, I'm paraphrasing, as I was making this, I wasn't sure if you eat salad.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Also, this is what I've done to myself, where people think that I'm beyond or above or beneath eating vegetables.
Well, not only that, it's a kale salad with like avocado and pumpkin seeds and pomegranate. It's a nice salad.
Now, Simon, let me ask you a question. I would like for you to imagine the types of salad that you would.
You know what type of salad? You know what I'm imagining? I'm imagining like the thing that you buy in the store. That's a plastic bag that has like 95% iceberg lettuce with a few shredded carrots in there.
Now, I would say that I average buying a bag of that lettuce once a year. Once a year. Because it tastes funny, it's smelly, and it's always got some type of water residue at the bottom. If I'm buying a salad,
side note, you could probably get E. coli from there. I feel like they're always on recall.
So there's the thing, Simon, you're in the mindset where I'm eating E. coli lettuce.
I'm sorry. This is just, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This is on me. I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you something, Simon. I was not bothered. I was not offended. What I did was I just began taking inventory of the conversation that we're having tonight, where it's, oh, James only eats salad that comes in plastic bags.
In my defense, when I said this, Pat was also like, oh, you know what? I wouldn't have been sure myself if I like
Pat's been picking on my dietary habits for going on 4 or 5 years now. I recognize I've done it to myself. I think when people think about me, they're thinking I'm sitting around eating macaroni and cheese out of the pot. I'm eating Kraft singles by the slice. I'm buying bags of tainted salad. I'm not saying that look, I'm no Wolfgang Puck. I'm no Rachel Ray. But I know how to cook vegetables, and I know how to eat.
Okay. Next time you're bringing the kale salad.
Look, I remember I told you guys I've made kale salad before. That left you both shocked and dismayed.
Next time, we'll each make a kale salad and do a taste off and see whose kale salad is the best.
Here's the spoiler. Mine loses.
How do you? Okay, now you're putting yourself down, and you wonder why people have these ideas of you.
It's because I make really basic salads. For me, sometimes my favorite salad is some cucumbers, some type of leafy green, and a bunch of peppers. That's maybe one of my favorite. I like just a bowl of crunchy goodness.
You know what I would say? My secret to not even a secret, just any salad I make, I will always put a fruit in the salad. And I know some people don't like it, but I enjoy it. A fruit
I
in a
love
salad.
it. A blueberry, a chopped up apple, maybe some cranberries, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Simon, maybe you and I are more alike than we've ever imagined.
Yeah, I'm realizing that.
So, Simon, we had our lovely Friendsgiving, as you called it. What else
Yes.
stuck out to you about that evening, outside of me ruining it off the top with my spilled pie?
What else stood out? Well, we had interesting conversation, which I guess we went across a variety of topics
All over the board.
all over the board.
You guys were asking me about current pop music celebrities, which I
This
know
was
and which I
fun.
don't know, because I famously don't know anything.
So this was fun for those of you who listen to music. So Pat and I started trying to figure out what current musical artist James would know. So we played, and I think like everyone knows this song because it's so overplayed. The song "Good for You" by Olivia Rodrigo. And James had never heard of this song before. We also played a song by the huge boy band BTS. James had
Right. And
never
I
heard of
said, I don't
BTS.
know this song. Oh, wait, I heard it in a McDonald's commercial.
That's true. What else did we play? We played a few other artists. James had not heard of them. And then we slowly started playing like Fleetwood Mac. Eventually got to Tom Petty.
Yeah, that was to me when the party really started, when the Tom Petty broke out.
And you left shortly after.
Yeah, I left. That to me, I thought, okay, we're playing the Tom Petty. It's time to leave on a high note.
Oh,
And I'll tell you
fair.
what, I left and I was thinking about, people think I don't eat salad. I'm going to walk away from this. They're thinking I only transport desserts sideways. And that's when I popped in Tom Petty, Won't Back Down, into my headphones. I was walking down the street saying, you can drag me up to the gates of hell, but I'll stand my ground. And then I went home and cried while giving my bag a bath. Simon, let's get back to you.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, so the one thing I had, like, upon inviting James to Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, I told James, you need to dress up. This is like, you don't have to wear a suit, not formal, but, like, dress nicely. Like, anyone who's ever been to, like, a Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving thing knows, like, dress nice, whatever nice means to you. I had a nice.
Let's think about that. Now, I want folks to remember what Simon just said. Whatever nice means to you. Simon, take it away.
So I got ready. I cooked dinner. Home took a shower.
Before we get to me.
Yes, and then Pat, when he said he was leaving, he was like, on my way, have made a bold fashion choice. And he had a really cute, like a dress shirt, kind of like a t-shirt dress shirt. It was vintage, tucked into these black pants with like a belt, and he had like this nice hat. Very cool outfit. And then James responds saying, I'm wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday.
Which is true. And well, one thing we're leaving out is that I also wore black pants and a belt. I wore them the day before, but where things got a little different is I had sticky cherry filling all over my pants that I only realized after leaving your home.
Maybe this is the omen you got for not dressing up.
Yeah, I will speak to the level of Sima and Pat's fashion sense. Pat looked like he was ready for a big night at Coachella. Sima, you look like you were going to a very close friend of yours, their wedding.
I kind of did.
And I was getting ready to go to the X Games.
Yes, that sounds about right.
But, I think this is what I'm thankful for, is that so many different people from so many different walks of life who eat salads in varying qualities can come together and really bond over some cherished conversation, cherished food,
true.
Questionable clothing choices, but ultimately the memories weren't questionable as much as they were cherished.
That's true. It was a really nice evening.
Mhm.
I remember at one point, I think we ate a lot and we were kind of feeling like, I don't want to say a low, but kind of low on energy. And then Pat said something that was like made like a direct joke about you, and it really brought the whole evening back up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was actually, for me, that was a turning point.
Yeah. So you're saying that we started to go a little bit down due to having full tummies, and then the party really kicked into high gear once Pat started ridiculing me.
For me, it did. I felt like that was like it brought the no, because I felt like it brought the energy back up.
Yeah, it brought the energy. But this is the thing. I know my place in life. I recognize, yeah, at the risk of sounding egotistical, I am a fairly confident young man. I feel good about things. I know the things that I'm good at. I allow those to be accentuated along the way. And I would like to imagine that I'm someone, excuse me, who I like to poke some fun at people. And I've always been a big believer in you can't poke fun at others if you can't be willing to let others poke fun at you, which is what Pat did all night long.
All night long. And he kept bringing it back to there'd be times where we were like having a serious conversation, and then he'd like bring it back and like make a joke about you. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, cherish memory.
It was a really nice time. We could do it again next Thanksgiving. You could do an Easter supper, maybe.
Oh yeah, we'll do all
Yeah.
the celebrations that I don't indulge in over the years.
Yeah.
Easter, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Canadian Thanksgiving, Labor Day.
I feel like Valentine's Day, for me, is not a big celebration.
Mhm.
Also, not something you do with friends. Sorry,
What about, isn't there the trend of Galentine's Day where all the girls get together?
That is, but are you a girl?
No, but I think that I could easily get invited and fit very well in a Galentine's Day celebration.
Okay. I don't know. I don't have a calendar in front of me. On the 13th, you, Pat, and I, February 13th, we'll do a Galentine's Day supper. How's that?
Book it. I'm in.
Perfect.
All right. Well, Simon, thanks so much for being here. Thank you for hosting the other night. Thank you for the delicious food. And thank you for understanding that I don't only eat Dole brand bagged lettuce.
Well, you know the brand.
Simon, we're going to talk soon.
Okay. Take care.
Have a good night. This is what they think of me, folks. I only eat food that comes in bags. I will buy an iceberg lettuce. I will buy a romaine lettuce. I'll buy the purple one. I will buy the tubs of spinach, the spring mix that's got some arugula. I eat vegetables. I love roasted broccoli. I like all of the greens. I like them all. I the other day I fried up some zucchini in my pan. People think I'm a liar. You sit on it and twist. Folks, as I mentioned, we will be back this coming Wednesday. Dave Kaufman is in the driver's seat. Don't miss it, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's welcome our third and final guest. He's the man who is teching this lo-fi Canadian Thanksgiving special edition episode of At Home. He is Andy Asaf. Andy, welcome to the show, my friend. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving.
Hello, James. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to you as well. I just want to right off the bat make a comment about what Simon said about putting fruit in salads. I think that's fine for certain fruits, but my salad hack is to put nuts in salad. Cashews in a salad. Ooh, sign me up.
Yeah. Honey roasted peanuts.
Ooh.
Chocolate almonds.
Okay, now we're getting a little adventurous, but I do like it still.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Now we've given someone a couple life hacks.
There you go. Happy Thanksgiving to that person. James, I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, how's your Canadian thing? Yeah, I know. I wanted to talk about this, right? We had Thomas on the air, we had Simon on the air, and people don't know that we use Zoom to broadcast this show. So while I'm talking with one person, I can see everyone else, which for some of the guests is very distracting. I don't really pay much attention unless something I say gets a great big laugh, which these days on the show, not often. But Andy, I couldn't help but notice how quickly you were fading throughout this night. You seem distracted. See, you seem a little down in the dumps. And I was wondering if the tryptophan from the turkey got you until I remembered that you and your family ate a delicious boustin.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving dinner tonight?
What you call Lebanese turkey, which is just getting takeout at Bustan's because no one feels like cooking.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am feeling it. I also drank half a bottle of wine.
Yeah, well, that was the other
Uh,
thing. Prior to the show, I noticed you bring a chalice to your mouth, and then I thought, okay, Andy. Oh, he's just drinking right out of the bottle. Now,
so I do
Andy,
have a chalice. I do have a chalice here. This is the Thanksgiving China.
okay, so Andy, are you getting drunk in your brother's bedroom alone right now?
Pretty much, I'm just huffing his like essential oils that he has everywhere. Like this one's a
Yeah.
rosemary oil,
Mm-hmm.
which smells pretty good. It smells like the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, I watched a bad Jake Gyllenhaal movie, and we're here.
Wait, you were watching a movie while we were on the air?
We ate dinner pretty early.
Okay, I thought you meant you were watching it during the
No,
show.
no, 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 no. This is before the show, and it was a
Yeah,
short movie. It was The Guilty, where it's all
yeah.
he's a dispatcher for 911, right? Ex-cop
Mm-hmm.
who gets down demoted. So it's one of these like one
Yeah.
location movies. So it was like an hour long.
Well, now this is the thing. Not to get sidetracked here, there's been a lot of detours all night long. I feel that I have a hard time watching movies with people. When a friend says, "Why don't we watch a movie?" To me, that's like, what? We're gonna watch a movie together. We're not gonna talk or anything. Or if I'm enjoying the company of a special friend and they say, "Would you like to watch a movie?" I'm gonna say yes, but I don't want to.
You know, I agree with you overall. I think watching movies with friends is pretty boring unless it's like
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
really campy movie that you can talk during and make
Hmm.
fun of. But certain theater experiences, very fun to watch with friends. I
Yeah. Well,
recently watched,
a movie theater is different.
yes, and I recently watched Many Saints of Newark with a friend of the show, Racquel Belmonte, who just moved to
Mhm.
Toronto, and we went to the VIP section to feel very like like mobbed up.
Sure.
Ordered a whole bottle of wine.
Hmm.
So we drank a whole bottle of wine and watched the Sopranos movie, and it was pretty bad, but it was fun to do that
Sure.
with friends.
Yeah. Well, and
To
like I
laugh at
mentioned,
the Italian saying stuff together.
I'm going to be doing that this Friday, as I mentioned to Thomas. I'm going to go see a scary movie with a friend. This is my first time going to the movie theaters since the before times.
Which movie are you going to see?
I'm going to be going to see Halloween Kills.
Oh, I
So
didn't know there was a new Halloween.
the sequel to 2018's Halloween, which I think is a sequel maybe to Halloween 2. I could be wrong. I liked it. I thought it was good in 2018. I'm sure this one will be fun.
You're coming back to the well. You're seeing if there's more Halloween for you.
There's more Halloween right now. Andy, look, we could talk about Halloween, and we've been enjoying some Halloween content. But I told you prior to coming on the air, I want you to tell me tonight, Andy, because I know you're tired. I don't want you to work too hard. We're doing a lo-fi episode. What are you thankful for this year?
What am I thankful for this year?
Yeah.
It has to be particularly in this year.
Well,
Can't be
it could be
previous
this year.
years.
It could be 2014. Could be any
No,
year.
I think we have to keep it this year. It's like doing taxes.
Sure.
The Thanksgiving comes around, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I guess I gotta fucking think about
Mm-hmm.
something I'm thankful for." No one really wants to do it, but yeah, it's something happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a tough one. I'm thankful that shows are coming back. We just did a show together, and it was
Yeah.
very fun.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that too. That was very fun. I had the joy of working with you and Dimitri on stage, which is something that we had never done in that configuration before. We've done a series of shows. So for me, getting to do that with you guys was a really nice moment for me. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, well, likewise. I mean, it was like you taught us all the levels of improv, and now here we are doing a show with you at the opening night of Montreal Improv's new location, which was really
Yeah, no, this is the
really
thing.
cool.
I like a nice cherish moment. I tend to be a very sentimental little fella, and that's why I think it was important that we were referred to ourselves as father and sons the other night. And then, of course, I mentioned that you were both energetic and virile young men. I was at this point washed up and quote flaccid.
But you brought a lot of energy to the show, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like that was the night when Dad came home.
I really liked the show before we did. That was a short form show, or not really a short form, but different scenes where we were doing a bingo scene. You got to do a dirty bingo guy voice, as I
Yeah.
would describe it. That was one of my favorite voices I've ever heard you do. So I'm thankful for
So
that.
we're thankful that we got to do a show with each other the other night. A couple shows. What else are you thankful for, Andy?
What else do I have to be
You can
thankful
tell me.
for? I have a lot to be thankful for. I just got a new phone, James. Look at
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
The
So you're
new
thankful for your
iPhone
phone.
13. Yeah, I'm like a 14-year-old who gets a new
What now,
gadget.
Andy? What if you took a selfie of yourself?
Well, I'm
Now,
happy you asked it because I was actually taking some selfies before the show.
yeah.
And we had, there's a super wide lens on this, so we had such great selfies as this one, which is
Oh my.
what I would look
Okay. Yeah,
like
you
if
look
I
like
was.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, this is my mugshot after I get busted for my drug cartel.
I would have said, just based on the look of you, maybe you were running an illegal farm.
Yeah, I'm one of those like Portland farmers that the feds
Yeah.
come in and they do like a Waco, Texas. And then there's this one of you, which I like to call Boy Genius. You got some Dexter's Lab vibes going here.
Oh yeah, look at that. I look like a real. I look like someone has said something disparaging to me, and I'm trying to intimidate them.
But yeah, this is a guy on Facebook who's like, you fuck with me, it's fine, but if you mess with my friends, right?
I would say that that's not totally inaccurate.
Let's see who else we have. Simon and Todd, you're still on the call. Can I show your selfies? Okay, we got Simon saying yes.
Yeah, our production note is
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like Tom's a lot. Kind of looks like what's his name from Back to the Future?
Doc Brown.
Yeah, he's got a Doc Brown.
I get a bit of De Niro off of this. I feel like
there's De Niro, yeah.
There's something a little De Niro-esque about this.
This is like De Niro if he was in Die Antwood, which is that band, remember? Okay, here's a good one. Here's Sima.
Yeah.
This is me saying Sima, smile. And she did.
Yeah.
She went from this.
Yeah, that one would be captioned drunk Sima.
Yeah. This is Sima's MySpace picture from 2006. Some her camera roll on her MacBook.
So you're thankful for your phone. You took some fun pictures of us.
One more of you.
One more.
Yeah, this one. Wait, hold on. Wait, I think I have a better one.
Now this is going to be a special one because this is James without a hat on.
Yeah, this is rare for At Home with James because you never take the hat off. But this one I got you to take the hat off, and here.
Now look at that. Look at that haircut from that young man.
This is. I mean, this guy looks like the Unabomber.
The Unabomber. I'm over here saying, "Oh, look at that nice." Look at that nice little guy. You're telling me I look like a Unabomber.
You do have a very nice haircut, but I made fun of everyone else, including myself. Okay, to end it off, I'll show one last of me that's very silly.
This one is, have you seen this man? He was last seen at Cinema L'Amour robbing the cash register and stealing candy.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this guy you don't want to. You're going to cross the street if he's walking towards you.
Well, Andy, as we begin to wrap up, because I promised you, Andy, I'm not going to keep you on long tonight. It's a lo-fi episode. You're tired. You're full of food. Any last little things you're thankful for on this Canadian Thanksgiving night?
You know, James, I just want to do a shout out to a crib game I played with my mom and my brother was talking a lot of trash, and I won by 30 points. So.
Okay, so to recap,
that's a lot of points.
To recap, the following things you were thankful for are having done an improv show with me this past Friday, your new phone, and beating your family, but specifically your trash-talking brother at a game of crib.
Those are the three. Yeah, and then probably tomorrow when I go to see James Bond with my dad.
Awesome. Okay, so you're wrapping it up with some nice family time with your old man who's been on this show, who I encourage you to invite out to pizza, to which he declined.
He declined. We had lasagna in the fridge. So, one thing you got to say about Mike is frugal guy. Doesn't want to spend money unless he has to.
Well, Andy, maybe we got to get you and your dad on this show one more time. I know that anytime I have interactions with your dad, either one-on-one or by proxy, he has nothing but kind things to say to me. So I will also say that I'm thankful for your dad because I don't have one to be thankful for.
Yeah, he'll probably love the platform to be able to complain about how I don't clean his house enough whenever I'm here.
All right. Well, Andy, look, how do you feel about tonight? You're good to call it a night now?
I'm great to call it a night. Much like my computer that's running on like 98% computing power here, I'm running on, I feel like my brain has that much computer space. You see, I can't even form a sentence James.
That means we have to, as John Taffer likes to say, shut it down.
I agree with John Tapper probably on every single idea he has.
Well, that feels like a good place to end this. So, Andy, I will let you go, and I'm going to wrap this baby up within 60 seconds.
All right, James. Happy Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. See, Andy's the only person who wished me a happy Canadian Thanksgiving. And for me to you, James, to the viewers, the fan base, the audience, I would like to wish you nothing but the happiest of Canadian Thanksgiving nights. The few hours that are left, I want to say that I'm thankful for people that continue to watch. It is so appreciated from me to you. We'll be back this coming Wednesday. It's a Dave takeover, and Friday for the 300th episode. Until then, have a good rest of your evening. Have another piece of pie. Have a turkey sandwich. It doesn't matter. You can do some push-ups tomorrow or don't, because we're all in it together. I am James. You are you. We are here, or we were here. Oh my goodness. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.